Pranam Swamiji. So, in continuation with a series of your lectures on thought management, we are starting with part 3. Last class you mentioned about importance of satsanga and how satsanga is useful for changing the direction of thought. Also, it is helpful in improving the quality of thought. Also, you have mentioned the importance of disciplined life, regulated life for reducing the frequency of thought, that is quantity. So, mainly for quantity, it was discipline, and for quality and direction, it was satsanga. In that, you have mentioned the shloka satsange gatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nishchalatvam, nishchalatve jivan mukti. The meaning thereby is association of holy company or any type of satsanga brings non-attachment. So non-attachment leads to right knowledge, and right knowledge leads to permanent awareness, and to which liberation follows. So we would like to know little bit about the uh, satsanga, the importance of this shloka and how to apply it in our life. And also we wish to continue further as regards to thought management. So today's question is why the mind is unrest. So could you please tell us?
Vijay,
So yeah, over to you, Swamiji.
see everything's source is thought. Thought is creating problems. Thought is giving us joy. So anywhere you'll find in the life, thought is the element which is responsible for the mental condition. Yasatsangate nisangata, nisangate nirmahatta, nirmahate nischalatam, nischalate jivan mukti. All, everything, this is also related to the thoughts. Holy company brings nitsanga, non-attachment. Then step by non-attachment brings right knowledge. Right knowledge brings jivan mukti. So let us come to practical. Our mind is always unrest. How thought is creating havoc in our life. Why mind is unrest? What is the answer there? See, we feel pain in the body if any parts of the body is not functioning properly. Your body little cut, you feel pain. Hand cut, you feel pain. Fever, you will pain. So you see, we feel pain in our body when parts of our body is not functioning properly. All the parts, any parts not functioning properly, you feel pain. Similarly, we feel pain, the different faculty of the mind. Different faculty of the mind when they are not in the order. See, mind has 3 levels. One is conscious mind, subconscious mind, and another is superconscious mind. So, mind also 3 levels. They are not in the order. That is why you feel unrestness. What is consciousness means in the waking state. Whatever you're thinking, doing, that conscious mind you are doing. Subconscious mind, the sleep or dream. And the superconscious, it is a very higher type of purified mind. This is only for the spiritual person. Beyond these two things, conscious and subconscious, we general people are in these two levels of mind. One is conscious mind, another is subconscious mind, waking state and the dream state. Then I am giving one wonderful example so that we can understand that faculty of the mind, these two, subconscious mind and conscious mind, are not in order, so that we feel pain. Take examples. In a holiday, when you get up from the bed, you feel very joy. Whereas when you get up in the weekdays, office day, you don't feel any joy, that joy. What are the reasons? We must think very deeply. Who is responsible for that? In the holiday, we get up as we wish leisurely. We can go to the market as you wish, do the household work as you wish, gossip as you wish. So that is happening and we feel joy. Whereas in the weekday, you have to get up early, hurriedly, do the all works, going to the market, etc., etc., and get ready to go to the office in time. So that time we are not feeling that much joy which you feel in the holiday, because weekday your conscious mind dictating you to get up early in the morning, to do the work, everything in time, finish, get ready and reach the office in a great time. Conscious mind is dictating you. Whereas subconscious mind wants to sleep more time, to stay in bed in the more time. So there is a clash, difference between the conscious mind and subconscious mind. So we feel pain because they are contradicting. Whether in the holiday, subconscious mind and conscious mind are in parallel, go in the same direction and same way. That is why we feel joy. There is no conflict between the two levels of the mind, conscious level and subconscious level. That is why we find joy. Whereas weekdays, there is a conflict. Conscious mind says something, subconscious mind says, no, I want to go to sleep. So for that mind become unrest. Another practical examples I'm giving. A bullock cart. Bullock cart, two cows are there. These two cows represents one is conscious mind, other is subconscious mind. If two cows move same direction with the same speed, then cart will go smoothly without any disturbances. But one of the cow or both the cows goes different direction, wants to go different direction in the different speed, then you can understand what will happen to the cart. Conflict, cart will not move, stuck down. See, in the field of meditation, we do meditate, try to meditate. Meditation, what is happening? There are also the conflicts of conscious mind and subconscious mind. It is so much differences between these two. People after sometimes get up, they feel so much unrest and disturbed. How? See, conscious mind in the seat of meditation, conscious mind dictate to focus on particular object. Whereas subconscious minds, they form the thought, want to enjoy worldly thoughts, worldly things, worldly matters, and conscious mind want to dictate. Conscious mind tells, no, you focus your mind on a particular object that we call our DT, Ishta, other things. Subconscious mind is not allowing it, and subconscious mind wants to enjoy worldly thoughts and worldly matters. So due to this confliction, there is a heat or some kind of friction is there in the mind. So that persons who is in meditating get up, he could not, because especially the beginner, it is not possible for them to easily meditate because of this confliction of the two level of the mind. They are not in the order. So thought is most important. What kind of thought you are generating? Last class already I explained. Generation of thought depends on your senses, good or bad. So if mind is unrest, this is for that we are responsible for that. Nobody is responsible because subconscious mind, these thoughts are there. Suddenly flash up in the mind, in the meditative mode. And another way, conscious mind tells no, you try to meditate. So the subconscious mind thoughts created by us. So if these thoughts are not good, not coming in the order of the conscious mind, so life mind is so unrestless. Life is very miserable. Okay.
Yes, Swamiji.
क्या हुआ?
हाँ, we are continuing. So we have understood from the today's question that why mind is unrest, and you have highlighted beautifully the reason and how the battle between conscious and subconscious mind is going on. So could you tell us one or two tips as how we can reduce this type of miserable condition of mind when subconscious mind is trying to dominate and conscious mind is pulling us in different direction? How to handle this situation?
The subconscious mind, whatever thought bizarre, as I told you in the thought management, that each karma produced an impression in your mind and which will fructify in future course of the time. So you have to, that impression, that when thought or more leave an impression, which comes in the thoughts. Thought is nothing but a modification of the object. So you should create good thoughts through your good works, so that subconscious mind, all good thoughts will be preserved. Then subconscious mind, when you sit in the meditation, it will help you. It will not go against what your conscious mind says. Because subconscious mind, we have a tremendous tendency, greed, love for the worldly thoughts, vulgar thoughts, that means vulgar object, worldly object, that produce a impression on your mind. So subconscious mind thoughts which are already created through your works, these thoughts will be purified, or you have to create good thoughts by good karmas. Then it is possible to this help you to, as conscious mind says. But through practice, even that is not cooperating, your conscious mind and subconscious mind, there is a gap between their demands. But you should see it again, the thoughts. You can apply the thoughts with the deep thinking that no, I should try, and will force apply. And SDM, Satsanga, discipline life, and meditation. These three things you have to practice, so that subconscious mind, whatever bad thoughts are preserved, suddenly come flash in the mind, that you can reduce it. So conscious mind, when asks to do focus with your mind, subconscious mind slowly come nearer to the conscious mind will in the seat of meditation, and then we have a quality of meditation. Okay.
Yes. Swamiji, one last question. Uh, Today you mentioned about the role of satsanga. So I would like to know, as you have mentioned, conscious mind and subconscious mind. So how this satsanga is causing, strong worldly attachments will move away. They will go away. Nirmoha. How the satsanga is acting, how it is affecting, whether it is affecting conscious mind or subconscious mind, or how, what is the role of satsanga? Would you please explain?
Satsanga first affect the conscious mind and then subconscious mind. This satsanga means that is also one kind of karma and thought. When you are hearing some good words, positive, noble thoughts, noble idea, so that leave an impression. Again, subconscious mind will be purified by this satsanga. First, conscious mind will hear it. No, I have to do, hear good things, good bhajans. Conscious mind dictate you to hear it. The moment you hear or see good things, good words, that leave an impression in your mind, that is in subconscious mind. Impression in the mind, the subconscious mind. So subconscious mind thought will be slowly purified. Satsanga will help you. First conscious mind, then you will go to the subconscious mind. And in the seat of meditation, if subconscious mind thoughts are slowly uh, get purifications, hearing, talking, uh, discipline, life, and meditation. So naturally, afterwards, in the seat of meditation, subconscious mind will give you positive feedback that will help you for meditation. So both are conscious mind and subconscious mind, both will be purified, because conscious mind is purified means if we have developed some interest with forcefully, that leave an impression in the subconscious mind. But the relation is there, conscious mind and subconscious mind. First conscious mind, that thoughts goes to the subconscious mind. I
Yes.
think it is clear.
Yes, thank you very much, Swamiji. Thank you indeed.